Okay, so Salam Alaikum, this video 10 or 11. Okay, so as I said, yeah, so Rudo opened the door, but he opened the door to himself, not to Kenya, because it's gonna go to his house. He opened the door for him. The Kenyans were protesting. They rejected. Okay, so but the Antichrist was trying to mislead them to guide them to his house, to Kenya, rather than Palestine, because that's where he's occupying. So he knows death is going. The death has follows him. So he's trying to detour it. Okay, don't. So you ain't got to worry. Okay, he knows. He knows his days are numbered. He knows his days are numbered, right? Okay. So, um, it's coming to his house. It's coming to Netanyahu. That's where it's going. It's going to Netanyahu, right? It's going to the house of Netanyahu. And where is his house? In the occupied land of Holy Land, the Afro-Kemetic Holy Land. So his time is numbered. His days are numbered, and he knows that. Okay. But they work together. Okay, so now, so it is directly, it is, where am I at? Okay, so as we said, mashallah, we walk through the valley of death, but we fear no evil. We fear no Netanyahu. We fear no rat child, no red dragon. We fear no antichrist. We fear no abomination. We fear no Baphomet, and we fear not his damnation. Alhamdulillah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We fear Allah. Okay? And that is why, mashallah, we serve Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Alhamdulillah. Okay. Now, okay, so yet collectively they face they are going to face the death, because it's inevitable, because they it's inevitable they're going to face death, because they accept the beast, the Antichrist, the red dragon. So wherever he goes, death goes. And who represents the death? But the Antichrist, right? The Antichrist, because what was shown when he thought he was getting, I will call it inaugurated. I won't call it coordinated. What is it? You know, I don't want to say. When he was getting, when it was through the coronation, he was not coronated. Okay, he was inaugurated. When he was inaugurated, right? Okay. So, so they do not go to the South Node. Okay, do not go. The South Node would be fighting for them in the occupied land of Palestine. Don't go there. Don't go there. You don't want to go there. That would be like going to the South Node, and don't go there, right? Because if it's Libra, right? Libra is big, right? Represents something that's, large, right? So don't go there. Now, okay. So although, humanity walks through the valley of death, right? And that is dying through the physical, consciously dying, right? Consciously dying unconsciously dying to the unconsciousness of colonialism, fascism, racism, imperialism, totalitarianism, what else ism? Authoritarianism, and all those other, ageism, sexism, right? All that, right? All that person has to die to that consciousness, not think that way. They have to change their minds, right? face the illusionary man in the mirror, right? Okay, the illicit man in the mirror, right? Um, Now, so although humanity consciously walking through the valley of death, they will not fear any evil. They will not walk alone, right? They will be, especially if they will not walk alone if they are in good standing with Mohammed sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That is the Christ consciousness, right? They will not have to fear death, right? Now, so the jinn-filled demonic Ashkenazi Neanderthal rat Antichrist child, right? Because that's what they said was born on the 23rd of September was the child, right? The child, they called the asteroid the child was born, right? Okay. And the child was born, and the red dragon was standing near, right? The child was born, as represented by the Christ consciousness, as represented by Muhammad, right? As represented by the what do we call it? The planetary convergence, right? The planetary convergence, right? A 1987 planetary convergence, harmonic convergence, right? And that is the convergence between Islam, Christianity, or Judaism, Christianity, and Islam were to become one, right? As represented by the harmonic conversion taking place on the Memorial Day of Elvis Presley, right? And Elvis Presley's Memorial Day is Ramadan 2nd, the birthday of the celestial grandfather, right? My father, the maternal celestial grandfather, right? Frank James Buncombe, right? Who was also from the celestial house of Scorpio, right? Okay, and who is also the grandfather of Muhammad, my son, mashallah, subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? Who was also incarnated on in November on 1987, right? So that is why they are trying to persecute my son, because again, I represent Revelation 12, and my son is supposed to represent the child, though he does not. Anyway, he does represent Islam, though, because he's a Muslim, mashallah, subhanahu wa ta'ala, so he represents the Christ consciousness as it relates to all Muslims represent the Christ consciousness, have the Christ consciousness, right? So everything is symbolic and represents something, okay? So I only bring my son out there and let the world know what's going on with him, because I don't want them to try to sacrifice my son, you know, for their Babylon, okay, for the Antichrist, for the red dragon, for the rat child, right? So I have to let you know what's going on with him, and to keep him, mashallah, subhanahu wa ta'ala, the world knowing about what's going on with him. So they have, you know, are holding my son hostage, right? And again, Frank James Buncombe, the celestial maternal grandfather, his birthday was Ramadan 20th, right? As it relates to Elvis Presley, memorial birthday, which is August 16th, which is was Ramadan 2nd, but in numerology, it will be seen as also seen as Ramadan 2. Which is, Ramadan 20, which is 0, it's just a placeholder, right? So it's just Ramadan 2, right? Okay. So now, okay. So we're gonna go to video 12.